Hello and welcome to Valery Football Manager. I seem to have vanished. So let me just see if I can work out why that happened. Have a look how they. No, I am vanished there as well. What the heck? Uh, uh, so that one. Okay. And I'm back again. Okay. So I was setting up tech on an entirely different scene for OBS just now because I'm doing a Halloween stream of a sort of horror video game style uh, TTRPG. That's what it's called. And I've got some wonderful victims lined up for that. That's going to take place sort of 6:30ish on a week on Saturday. Very much looking forward to doing that, and hopefully some people will want to come and join as well. Sort of come and watch. That will be absolutely lovely if you do. If you are into absolutely gory splatter and horror slasher movie type things, please be a part of that. In the meantime, however, we have got some football managing to do. And last week we got a draw and a win and a bad loss again, as often happens. But the good news is we are now mathematically safe from relegation. So my Birmingham City side are going to be staying in League One, at least for one more season. We do have a whole bunch of wage budget issues to deal with, and we're going to see what happens with that in the off season, I guess. But for now, there are 6 matches left to play, and we probably ought to be getting on with them. So, all that said, I think let's get into the game. Here we are. As you can see, probably there's us. We're 10th in the league on 58 points. Port Vale have 38 points. With only 18 points left to play for, we're safe. And that's what we're going to go for. There's the squad inbox. We've done all of that. Time to move on. Got people criticizing my formation now, which they didn't used to. Bradford City getting a win. Brighton winning despite a red card, it says. Well, fine. And we had clinical finishing. Ada Gale says the league table is looking a lot better for us after that. Mark Khan says Sakaja looks a player bereft of confidence. Well, you're not helping him by saying that, are you? Richard Rushton, decent result. Don't get carried away. Quite right. Got a bit of time before the next match. Available first team players. 3 suggestions. So might as well make him available then. Can't be registered. McCarthy. Well. just for the next match. Minutes, and Max Gazer also the next match. Minutes as well. Get some players up to full fitness. Match report on the win over Sutton, who are 24th. We dominated through the first half, surprising. We didn't go do a lot of passing, but we won the match just. They didn't score. They did passing more than we did, apparently. Okay. Porter's delighted with Club Vision progress. On schedule to remain in Sky Bet League One. Yes, indeed. Focus, that's fine. Any schedule, I'm sure that's all lovely. Quite a lot coming up. Lone roundup. Jeff Cochran scored 2 for Kidderminster. Win the match. David Farr, player of the match, set up a goal for Flynn. Staff meeting. I used to move between squads apparently. Okay, that's interesting. Scotland, England. Arantes Graham in the under 21s. Oh, okay, we'll do that. Ian O'Connor is developing well. Dean Charlton is benefiting from his training. And Miguel Prado making progress towards his potential. Good. Trevor Weston's development. Good. And Ashanti Meggs, who has 1 star of ability but loads of potential apparently. He's only 16, so he'll get there. Try to send Ben Williams off to get developed better. I think the board are going to turn this down again. I can talk English, honest. They usually do. Inbox. 7 players called up for international duty. Oh, okay. These are all youth squads. Richard McIntosh, Blake Fleming, James McDade and Barry Broderick are all under 18s. Marius Dubikas is playing for Scotland. Mitchell Roberts and Benji Lane for Wales. Wow. I'm always happy to let my players do this. James McDade turned professional. Got a strong recommendation. So, I mean, very exciting. Potential ability through the roof. The board still won't send people off to get better. Always a problem for me when boards don't invest in training. Here we go. We've got international duty coming up. Box. 2 more players called Fabian Ortiz. Vidal as well. These are some of our best players, and getting the reward for it by being called up for their country, I think. So I'm happy to let that happen. New intake of youth players. Lucas Gonzalez Daniel, Australian. Elite talent striker. We're going to take a look at these guys. Danny Botfield, goalkeeper. Miles Beddoes on the right. Defence. That's exciting as well. A lot of these players not so exciting, it has to be said, but I'm always happy to take a look at our youth players coming through. Give Hadja for this one. Going to make things tricky for the newbies, probably. That's fine. Max Gazer has been showing remarkable improvements over the last couple of months. Ready for more first team football? Well, that's good because he's getting it. Or he will be as soon as we're back there. Considering his options. Eh? Oh, Krastyo Petrov called up for internationals as well. So many players being called up. Tremendous. Abu Bar making remarkable improvements as well. That's what we want. He's a star. He's a current star as well as a star of the future. Now we're going to attend the game. The youth game. Get to see what our new prospective players look like when they're still very young. Here we go. They're all our established youth players. Two of them haven't even got photos. And our youth options. There are some wonderful names in amongst there. How much they're going to play. Yeah, I'm just spectating this one. So Sakaja kicks off and Megs, who's carrying a knock, plays it back to Easthorpe. Here's Sakaja. Easthorpe plays it out to Mbombo. And McGregor steals it off whoever that was. So, here's McGregor for the candidates. Husband plays it back to him. Packham gets that forward. And McCarthy outruns Husband. Weston plays it to Macaulay. Macaulay out on the left, crosses the ball. Sakaja heads it down, but Botfield, the youth candidate goalkeeper, dealt with that one very easily. Here's McGregor with the throw again for the candidates. But the ball into the box is handled by Fremantle, who hoofs it downfield. Sakaja gets through on goal, and Botfield was never going to deal with that one. Here it goes. Fremantle. Route 1. Packham failed to deal with it, and Sakaja says, "Thank you very much." We should be on match day for this. Really? There we go. Botfield gets that away. McGregor wins it, but it's with Sakaja again, and Sakaja makes no mistake. I mean, he is getting time in the first team. So McGregor headed it on. Weston beat Adelstan, and Sakaja beat 3 defenders, just weaving through them. And he is a cut above everyone else on this field, I would say. Shanti Meg's probably be subbed off. Not a lot of strikers available for the youth team, apparently. His husband. Leverington wins it off Robson, but Robson gathers again. Leverington gets it back. And here's Macaulay. Hadja back to McCarthy. Weston to Sakadja. Sakadja gets that forward. Might be Sakaya. I don't care. Sakadja. Ore throws it to Macaulay. Ore to Sakadja. And that's 3. Really not fair on these youth candidate defenders. But here we are. They're going to have to come up against this at some point. So how they deal with the situation, that's what I want to see. Do they have the mentality? Keep going through thick and thin. Davies with the free kick. Corley back to Davis. And Packham wins that in the air for the candidates. But it's back to Leverington. Robson gets it back. Husband into the box. Crosses. And Gonzalez Daniel with the header. But it's offside. So no goal in the end. Hopes raised and dashed in a moment. Beddoes with the throw for candidates. Sakadja again, trying to find his teammate, but Beddoes tidies up. Oh, it's Sakadja again. Oh, he's hit the woodwork. There you go. He's not infallible. Williams with the free kick for candidates. Gets it forward. Davis wins it. And Mbombo, Sakadja on the attack again for the under-18s. Leverington with the cross. Meggs at the near post. And sweet tap in as you could wish for. Sakadja to Leverington. Sakadja runs inside, but it's this guy Meggs who makes a fantastic run to get in front of his marker. And poor old Botfield. Packham. Leverington steals it from McGregor. Finds Sakadja and hit the woodwork again. McGregor playing it out from the back. His husband. Husband on the left, crossing the ball for Gonzalez Daniel, and unfortunately it's a weak header. Bombo with the free kick. Goes all the way through for Botfield to gather in the candidate's goal. Easthorpe wins the header, but it's through for Husband. Gonzalez Daniel with the shot straight at Fremantle though, so nothing doing again. With the free kick in the penalty area. McGregor. Husband looking for space. Easthorpe wins it. But Robson is there to back him up. Crosses the ball. Gonzalez Daniel couldn't quite get that down. Fremantle making a save though, so it's a corner. Howarth to the far post. Headed away. Here's Passanen. Bombo with a good tackle there to put it out for a throw. And there is a half-time whistle. The under-18s 4-0 ahead of the candidates. So that's fine. Gonzalez Daniel kicks off for the candidates. And Sakadja with a foul there. The referee having a word with him, but no card. Here's Beddoes with the throw. Howarth with the cross. Husband Gonzalez Daniel. Robson tidies up. Is Passanen. Adel Thingy and Packham. I need to. That's a very long word name to read. Howarth with the free kick. Headed down. Robson with the shot. Ashley Robson gets the finish. 4-1. Okay, Howarth. Far post. Adel Stunson. And Robson with the finish. Passanen got it back to him. And that was poor defending, really, by the under-18s. So here's Howarth again. Howarth out on the right for candidates. Crosses the ball. It's not found his man, but Adel Steinson missed. Beddoes with the throw. Adel Steinson. Padden heads that across goal, and it's put out by a defender. Howarth of the corner. Leverington heads that away, but Robson gathers. Robson with the cross. Owen heads that out, and that's going to be another corner kick. So the candidates line up. Howarth is taking it. The far post is Robson coming on the attack. Gonzalez Daniel, still a poor header in the end, but could have been worse. Corner kick for the under-18s now. Macaulay takes it, and Jimmy Sikaja gets fourth, I think, here. He's just showing everyone how it's done, and almost bullying the candidates, you'd feel. That's a good... No, it's not. Save. It's a miss. Jimmy Sikaja with 4 goals already. Here's Hore to Levington. Sikaja, Hore crosses the ball. Beddoes gets it away. Howarth chases it down and keeps possession all the way into the penalty box. Husband with the shot. And it's a free kick for a foul, apparently. Must have fouled someone in the build-up to that. Here's Sikaja. Macaulay. Beddoes winning it. Beddoes is doing well. Howarth gets that forward. Hore wins the header, though. Sikaja. Meggs. Williams. Sikaja. That's 5 to Sikaja now. Meggs. Williams wins it off Meggs, but Sikaja is there to follow. And here's Hore with the throw. Meggs to Davis. Davis getting that forward, but there's no way teammate is getting to that. Beddoes to Howarth. Gonzalez Daniel back to Howarth, coming down on the right-hand side now. Beddoes forward to Howarth again. Here's the cross. Husband with the header. And that is 2 for the candidates. A really well-worked move there. Beddoes over the top to Howarth, who does a beautifully placed cross. Husband gets up higher and heads it down into the goal. Lovely work there. Carthy with the free kick, and Botfield able to deal with that easily in the end. Downfield, headed down. Here's Easthorpe. Weston and Meggs on the counter-attack. Cadger through on the goal. Meggs with the shot. And it's a corner. Forced to save there. Ball with the cross. Headed away. Here's Gonzalez Daniel. Through for Howarth. Howarth gets the cross in. Husband was offside. Adelsteinson cannot do anything with that free kick. Here's Sakayo Kadra even. And there's the final whistle. Obviously, it wasn't very fair on the candidates to put Kadra in that lineup. But there were some good performances. Adelsteinson, Robson, Husband, and Howarth all getting above 7 on the ratings. Gonzalez Daniel showed some potential there, but wasn't that great on the day. Hassanen with the assist. So all in all, there's some good potential here. Andreas Fenk, not doing very well. I think we will have a word with him. Says he'll make up for it. Good. Glad you understand. Do that. And Abu Bar training Rel. Let him know that. Appreciates the positive words. Mitchell Roberts and Max Douglas. Yeah, I think they also deserve some praise. That's positive words that he appreciates. Praise Max Douglas as well. It also positive words. Youth candidates did suffer a heavy defeat. They did all right. Having evaluated them, we'll just assign the recommended players. Yes. I'm looking forward to see what Gonzalez Daniel does. And Miles Beddoes was really good player there as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action in the future. We have to find our youth potentials. Back to the correct view on here again. FA Cup, Brighton versus Villa. Come on, Brighton, you can do it. Palace versus Leicester. Interesting. Homegrown players update. Got some the homegrown players coming up. Yes. East van der Linden on loan at Wealdstone has sprained his knee ligaments. Ow! Out for 5 to 6 weeks. He was turning sharply, they say. Okay. Them then. Brighton with a heavy win over the Premiership side there. That's interesting. News about Brighton coming up. And about being Boston apparently. Okay. Victories for Brighton. More FA Cup matches. West Ham beating Man City on penalties. Wow. And United beating Arsenal. Interesting. Really can't act on yet because of the wage budget situation. International roundup. Barry Broderick did not do much. Blake Fleming got a rating of 7.7 and got an assist for Ireland against Turkey. And Richard McIntosh the English under 19s beat Serbia 3-0. He was subbed on for 18 minutes, apparently. Joe Hines was sent off out on loan. Gavin Hudson, crucial role for Boreham Wood. Player of the match performance. Van der Linden is injured, we know about that. Another staff meeting. Professional contract offer. Profession, sport, intensive language courses. Ooh, okay. Lucas Gonzalez Daniel. Okay. Miles Beddoes, of course. Joseph Opoku. All right then, we'll do that as soon as possible. Johnny Barrett is past his peak. Okay. Harry Broderick. Make potential. Tony McCarthy is doing well. Good news. We have an excellent club atmosphere. I've got good support from the players. And Antti Passanen learn English. He is Finnish and 15. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Danny Botfield has high potential. Lucas Gonzalez Daniel, indeed. Miles Beddoes. Okay. The end of that meeting. Follow-up actions. Gonzalez Daniel. Prospect. Contract. Gonna see if we can get him to sign for a little bit less than he's asking for. And he's accepted those terms. That's brilliant. I am stingy with my contracts instead. Miles Beddoes. Accept contract. Boku. He's being a bit more stubborn. Okay. There we go. We've got the signature fairly cheaply, I think. So that's good. Carlisle scouting report. They create chances from set pieces. Mavinga's aerial ability used against them. They tend to claim the ball rather than punch. They're not very good at teamwork. Roberts' work ethic help against that. They don't have much work ethic either. Work rate is low. Okay, we can exploit that for sure. Carlisle opposition report. Goalkeeping offensive. Oh, how rude. They complete their passes fairly well. Set attacking if it says that really, yeah, to me what's going on. They had momentum. Okay. Oh no, Mitchell Roberts is injured. Bruised ankle, out for 1 to 2 days. Okay. Very disappointing, but he shall make do. Seeing as he is away on national duty anyway. Probably be back fit as a fiddle afterwards. International roundup. Arius Dubikas. Got a 7.6 rating with an assist for the Scots, who beat Ukraine 2-0, the under-21s. Benji Lane kept a help keep Wales keep a clean sheet. 2-0 scoreline, 7.4 rating. Fabian Ortiz, his team, his Colombia team, lost to the USA. Boo. Did not play particularly well. Mitchell Roberts was playing well until he was subbed off with his injury. He scored a goal for Wales in the same match as Benji Lane was playing. So my guys did well for Wales under 21s. That's feather in their cap. Oh, hello. Why LGBT flag? Because my fictional manager character is a trans woman, that's why. And I did that because I'm non-binary. I quite like being a woman in most of the video games I play. So there's a whole lot of trans stuff going on there, and I'm also bisexual, so why wouldn't I put LGBT on there? And yeah. Roberts hit with injury. Bosch, talk, rumours. More about Brighton. Not managing them yet. Jones reports on Green progress. Ryan Green must be one of our youth players. Is making incredible progress. So he probably deserves some praise. Doing well in your development. So well done. Feel the benefits, he says. That's excellent. Bar is ready to cut inside from the left. And match preparation, I'm sure that is all good as well. Mills Beddoes. Yes, that's our youths that we've signed. Harry Gerard says it's a no-lose situation. He has potential. Albie Lynch just says hashtag Gonzalez Daniels stays. Ralph Ashman says, don't get the complaints about this. There's almost no risk attached here. That's our feeling as well. Paul Pierce is not my first choice as goalkeeper. I want Florian Mavinga in there. But apart from that, I'm going to go with this lineup. Adjustments as we fit. Florian Mavinga want to be involved in defending. Which side do I? The right. Let's have a look. Oh, that's the wrong way around, I'm pretty sure. That works better. Yeah. Okay. What else did I change? Pierce out and Polly in. Pierce on the bench instead of Joe Montague. Okay, so that looks like a good starting 11. Benji Lane is a good one to have on the bench. Drop Ryan Green. Ryan Walker, right hand side. McCarthy covers substitutions and the defensive substitutions. Tony McCarthy covers the middle. So it's just a question of who covers the left hand side. Maris Dubicas is away. So maybe we do need a striker after all, because we've got so many people on international duties. So I think what I'll do is I'll put Kieran Collier in there for now. I think that's probably the best shout. We are the favourites this match. Comfortable favourites. Not be wary about complacency. Beddoes has signed, excellent. Hartlepool hire Goff as manager. Alice Daniel has signed, excellent. Warren Mavinga letting us down in the training sessions. So let him know, and he's promised to do better. And we've praised these guys recently, so let's do it again. Save. Have got promotion, okay. Be the match coming up any second. International roundup, Maris Dubicas. Got 69 minutes, nice. Against Kosovo. Didn't play particularly well. Fitness test. Conor Gallagher is not fully back yet. Nor is Mitchell Roberts. Nor is Raul Alba. Okay. For a tactical meeting, changes to the team. Instructions, yes. Low crosses. Okay. Our team. Mitchell Roberts is not fully fit. Ah, okay. Damn. Okay, so Kaja has to start then. That's it. And we'll give him a pressing forward role. Support duties. Then everything else goes well, I guess. Yeah. Positive reactions. Nice to see. Eddie Wilcox, you can't seriously tell me Ortiz is fit to start. Well, they are telling me that. Patrick Pocklington alliterative name. How good is Carter, though? Looking forward to another masterclass. Okay. Always press Nikki Cole. Let's do that. Dressing room. This. Okay. Hands on hips. Make full use of home advantage. Okay, defenders, I have faith in you. Midfielders, I'm expecting you to take control. Douglas is confused by that. Strikers, I have faith in you. Off we go. Match day again. Lined up like their kit. Fantastic. Hey, Hill kicks off for Carlisle. Is Mason for space? Doesn't seem to get it because back on the highlight screen. Here's Cole with the throw. Price getting that one forward, but Carter gets in the way. Howarth to Ortiz to Douglas into the box, and Mason tidies up. Hoey wins that off Davids, who's carrying a knock and just weaves all round everywhere, and then Sakaja can't get the finish. How disappointing. Kick. Another corner that's not worth showing, apparently. Carlisle United with the goal kick. Albo with the throw. Ortiz gets that forward, but Johnston gets in the way. Horn loses that to Fenk. Fenk nearly finds Bar, but Cole gets to the ball first. Alba heads that on. Ortiz out to Hoey. Hoey looking for Bar, but Mason in the way. Ortiz, Fenk, Bar with the shot, and it's just wide of the target. Hopkins with the free kick for Carlisle, and it's put behind by Abu Bar. Here's Hill taking the corner kick, and it's come out to Horn. Horn into the box. Hill with the shot, and that's a good save by Charlie Fitzpatrick. Horn lining up near post, headed away as far as Cole. Cole with the shot, and it's a goal kick. I think with a bruised shin. Seems to be doing okay. So we'll ignore that for now. See how he gets on. Might make the change at half time. Here's Alba with the throw for Birmingham. Douglas taking the shot, and it's gone behind in the end. Thought that came off the woodwork, but apparently not. Okay, play for set pieces. I really need to remember to put that into the instructions anyway. Is Howarth losing to Cole. Alba wins it back. Hoey looking for Bar with the finish. Finally. And that was a mistake. Alba winning it from Davids. Hoey into the box. Looking for space. Taps it through. Bar somehow manages to keep Price from winning possession. And bangs it into the net. Ennis left stranded. Definitely find another gear. Fenders. I might need to tell Joel and Matthew to be careful. Things they're already on yellows. Don't get sent off. They're being normal about it. That's good. Fenders. Going. Midfielders. Still improve. attackers keep going. We've improved the mood of some of our players anyway. Ortiz does need to come out. Tony in. Swap Tony and Max, and then give Tony his own instructions. Playmaker support. Works. Misa Kadra hasn't played very well yet, but obviously Mitchell Roberts isn't fully fit. So I think we're just going to leave it at that. Goes to the second half. Sakaja kicks off for Birmingham. Fenk looks for Bar. Bar with a cross, but it's weak and Ennis finds it easy to deal with. Not moving light for that one. And Mavinga also hurt. Okay, we'll bring on Benji Lane. That works. Okay, Lane wins the header. Here's Sakaja. Finds Fenk. Fenk over to Hoey on the right. Sakaja again into the box. Good save by Ennis. Fenk to McCarthy. Comes out to Douglas. Alba. Hoey at the right-hand corner flag. Bar with the header. And that's 2-0. Okay, so Alba taps it for Hoey. Hoey takes it near the corner flag and hoops it over everybody. Bar rises and heads it home. Abu Bar is such a star, and he's only 19. Here's a corner kick for Birmingham. Douglas lines up to take it. To the far post. Headed away. Bar gathers it though. Finds Howarth, whose shot is probably not the wisest choice there. Cole with the throw. Coleman to Hitchin. Price bounced that off on Hitchin. Gets it in the net in the end. Did not quite follow that. Okay, Cole with the throw. Coleman plays it to Hitchin. Hitchin to Price. Comes off the defender and Hitchin pounces on it and manages to curl it in at the far post with poor old Charlie Fitzpatrick making a valiant effort there to try to save. Howarth throws it to Bar. Lane. Fenk. McCarthy. Sakaja. Bar with the shot and there's his hat-trick. You love to see it. Howarth plays it to Fenk. Taps it to McCarthy. Finds Sakaja. Sakaja gives it a little tap on. And Bar finishes with some excellent skill there, you'd have to say. He is just onside as well. Brilliant move. I love that. Jimmy Sakaja. This is our last chance to make substitution. So put Roberts in. Bring Alba out because it's on a yellow. That's subs we've got really for defenders. Kieran Collier, I don't think we want to bring him on. So That is our final stop. For talking to them, they know what they need to do. Alba with the free kick goes straight through to Ennis. All the way downfield. Lane wins the header though, and Hoey coming on the counter. Bank out on the left. Gets the cross in. Sakaja with the header. Ennis gathers it though. Howarth heads it down. Mason gets it away, only as far as Fenk. Fenk bringing it in. Weaving around everyone. Barr with another shot. And it's been put behind for a corner. Here's Howarth to the far post. It's headed away by Nelson. And Barr just lets that one dribble out of play for a throw. I'm ticking down towards the 90 minutes rather. 7 minutes of stoppages. Racing through those. Howarth with the throw. Coming down to the final touch of the match. And there it is. 3-1. That's a good result for my guys. Nice work, everyone. That was good. Ninth in the table. 7 points behind Barnsley and Ipswich, both of whom have a game in hand, but it sort of feels like it's just within reach. We might get those playoff spots. Our fans say, what a result, can't believe it. Absolutely buzzing. Curtis Hutchinson just got back from that. Did not see that coming. What a result. Abu Bar being awarded the player of the game. Jacob Hemingway says, wonderful win. Shame we didn't score more. Don't be brainwashed by Bar's game though. Still needs to prove it more. Wow. How picky. Rourke Normans just says, I love Bar. And Poppy Green says, probably the best player on the pitch. Team smashed it today. And Peterborough secure playoff spot. Sutton are relegated. Hori Ayoma doesn't want to hear any complaints about our formation. Look at our attack. And Gerald McNaughton says, I know that we're always going to be entertaining while these tactics are in use. Ha ha. In those ones. And we've got Opoku signing the pre-contract. Aaron Googe says, thanks Birmingham. Opoku staying, even on a short-term deal, is good news. Whereas Dwayne Cabani says it's excellent news. Terence Norwood says, worth a punt as much as anyone else's. Fine. Pen in the inbox. Deborah. Iniguez gives a cagey press conference. Deeply disappointing performance, and he says he doesn't want to discuss it anymore. Yeah. Did well, and he praise. Good work, lad. In front of goal, he says thanks on doing it. I hope he does. So, relegated player of the week news, Dave Crowther. Well, honestly, I thought Abu Bar probably deserved it. That one available first team players. You do. Gallagher from half a match. These other lads are just selected. They will be selected soon. Registered. Paris Dumas. Next match then. International roundup. Barry Broderick with a 7.6 rating. Stuff. Blake Fleming not so good. He was playing against Richard McIntosh, who is one of ours, who's out on loan at the moment. Not doing particularly well, but he had less time to do it in. Krastyo Petrov for Bulgaria. His team conceded 5. That's not great. He got an assist and a 7.7 rating. He must have done well. And Miguel Vidal for Cuba got a good win. 8.1 rating. No goals or assists, but I love to see my guys do well out international duties. We had better match momentum. Deserved to win. Some good passing. They didn't score from inside the penalty area. But they also did some passing. Yes. Salford are good at marking. Okay. Goalkeeper is dominant aerially. Okay. Not great at handling the ball. Tends to rush out. Not. Tends to do it wrong anyway. Okay. We can probably work with that. Far scored 2 goals. Well done, David. Staff meeting. What does Michael, Scott, and Nick and all them have to say to me this time? Well, Vidal, we need to get a contract with him. I think we're going to have to leave it though, because I don't think we'll be allowed to sign him at a greater playing time at the moment. So maybe not. Jeff Cochran has a lot of potential, I think. David Godfrey, though not. Still plenty of potential. Just got to leave this for now. Come back to it later. And Leverington can stay in the under 18s for now. James McDade is ready for under 21. Okay, I will do that one. Make those changes in the off season probably. Adam Warnock needs more playing time. Might not get it. Might have to loan him out next season. Evans, also more playing time needed. good potential from these new signings. Players. Andreas Fenk and Sean Hoey deserve some praise. Okay. Meeting. Praising some people. I like telling people they've done well. Because Fenk even has been pleased with his performances lately. Continue trying to play well. Yes. On Hoey. Form recently. Thanks. Much the same thing as Andreas did. Finished Anthony Thomas. Winning. Okay, he's already on the shortlist, so don't need to do anything else right now. Hot or similar. Scouting update. Okay. Dave Robinson. Recruitment focus. Not quite good enough yet. Just. On loan, Rotherham. Not going to shortlist him. Will Hurst does look very interesting. We'll shortlist him. Jake Sadler. Okay, so shortlisted. Hughes. Very worrying about the wages. I think I'm going to say no on that one. Jermaine McGowan. Minus. Will be useful. I will shortlist him. Wayne Mahoney. 7th in the depth chart. That's no good at all. Same there, 5th. Really help. Similar logic there. Strong potential. Definitely shortlist him. Wistora. Us. Value I. Weak crossing and weak. Have a look at his stats. Stamina is very high indeed. Vision and work rates I like. Passing is okay. He does seem to have potential there. Put him on a short list. Ross Jones would be 6th. No. Paul Dillon. Look. Got the work rate again. Technique, passing, dribbling, all good. There's some potential there. Okay, we'll shortlist him as well. That is our scouting update completed. Under 21's win. Stevens, impressive. Okay. Best under kids. F. Swales of Leeds. Okay, cool. Birmingham players named in Team of the Week. Sean Hoey and Abu Bar, of course. Player contract set to expire. Warren Mavinga is retiring anyway. Barrett also retiring, so we are going to set these two to release because they're retiring anyway. And the rest of them, we will delay the decision simply because where we're at. And we're going to wait to see on those as well. Contract. Wait and see. Fleetwood versus Ipswich, a 3-3 match. Exciting if you're a neutral. Ipswich scored. Fleetwood equalised deep in stoppage time in the first half. Ipswich made it a 3-1. Before Fleetwood scored quick succession, equalise. Interesting. The update, overall balance down. Got a bit of loss there. And it just ticked up slightly. And income ticked down slightly. That's not the way we want it to go. And monthly performance analyst. Good match momentum. Good at attacking. Our attacking efficiency numbers are eye-catching. Have aggressive but wasteful shooting. Okay. Not really what I wanted to hear, but Conor Gallagher is well below average. Yes, that's because he's been injured. Forming attacking player. Attacking team is Peterborough. Important dates. Fine. Whereas Crowther, young player of the month. Abu Bar is second. That's cool. David Farr is... Oh, David Farr out on loan at Kings Lynn. That's right. He's player of the month for the Vanarama North. Well done to David. Fair play. We have done fine. Paul Pierce injured. Ow. We'll leave him to the physio then. Bruised thigh out for 3 to 4 days. Following a fall. Sounds painful. Monthly board performance review. They are giving me a B. Disappointed with some of the latest results. They like our transfer market stuff. Tactics are satisfactory. Very pleased that I have support from the players. You know, all the supporters are just delighted with me still. It's difficult to see why from these charts. But I mean, it's really nice to be liked. Um, Oxford versus Birmingham. Okay, there for that, I guess. And I will use that suggested squad, thank you. We'll come back to the pre-match press conference after I have sorted out my substitutes bench. Joe Montague is in there. Martin McCarthy. I think. Yeah, no, I think I'm satisfied with that. Okay. We're just going to go with that, I think. Salford are 10th, we're 9th, so kind of need to win this to hold our position. They are slight favourites, so do something. And we've got a press conference. I've missed doing press conferences. We don't get as many in League One, apparently. Anyway, we've got Anthony, Stephen, Dylan, Michael, Jack, Seb Betts. Good lad, that one. Marcus Bartley. So many people want to talk to me. Let's go and talk to them. Okay, everyone. Matilda says it is Gordon Tomlinson from the Football League paper to speak first. So, Gordon, what you got for me? How do you reflect on the club's very successful journey since you took over? Well, Gordon, I think we're realising our potential and seeing the rewards for all the hard work that we've put in. Anthony Byrne of BBC West Midlands. How important has the strong team spirit at Birmingham been to picking up form? The club is really a fun place to work right now, Anthony, and that atmosphere gives us all confidence to do our jobs. Stephen McCabe, Radio 5 Live. Are you concerned that a defeat will see morale in the squad plummet? No, Stephen, I don't think one loss can destroy this team's confidence. They're a close-knit bunch. For sure, will Conor Gallagher be available against Salford? Sadly, no. It's unlikely. We don't want to rush him back too quickly and risk further injuries. Isla Finnick of the Daily Star. How will you handle Conor Gallagher's return to the team? Will he be phased back into the fold? Yeah, I think we just need to be patient with him, Isla, and we're in a position where we can afford to be too. As David Godfrey continues to do well for Yeovil, what do you think about his playing pathway looks like? I'm happy to see him putting in the building blocks in place. As far as individual development goes, he's certainly on the right track. Do you think perhaps he's outgrown Yeovil and needs a new challenge at this stage? I think we're approaching that point, but where we need to consider what's best for him at this stage of his career. And Matilda says that's all we've got time for, so thank you everyone, even those who didn't ask questions this time. And I will see you at the next press conference. Yes. Jack Cooper in the press says Birmingham must be happy with that from David Farr. Indeed. Fans quite liking his performances as well. Daniel Bainbridge thinks Fitzpatrick should not start. Well, he's wrong. Saying Ezewali says make sure Albers starts. He's going to, yes. Certainly slated to. Unless he got hurt. Did he get hurt? He did. I'm confident of maintaining spirit. Cooper takes Charlton. Okay. Huh? Spectacle at Kassam Stadium. Only 2-1. Don't go overboard. We are on the Friday. 18's match. This is not worth. Yeah. Look, in need of match sharpness. So 45 minutes until he's match fit. Conor Gallagher resumes full training. That's C. Roberts capable with minimal risk of complications. That's also good to see. So Montague, some way short of full fitness. Well, hopefully he won't be needed as a goalkeeper sub. So Pierce is coming back. Maybe you put Paul on the bench then. Or maybe not. Yeah, I think we'll leave it as it is. We go. Conor Gallagher is not starting this game. Next game maybe, but not this one. Do the opposition instructions. We shall start off with the tackling for this match. I think that's fine. I think I'm satisfied with that. He's lacking sharpness. I'm sure he'll be fine. Boldened, encouraged, roused players. It's all good to see. Amadou Stobbs is looking forward to another bar masterclass. And Diego Hewlett says, you can't seriously tell me that Dubikas is fit to start. Well, he is, so we are telling you that. Dressing room. Carry your last performance into this match. We'll do well. Sanders, I have faith in you. Builders, trust you. Don't think I need to say anything else. So off we go to the match. And Roberts kicks off for Birmingham. Ortiz, Douglas all the way back to Lane. Ortiz getting it forward. Barr doesn't quite get there first. And he was offside anyway. Alba is booked. Bassi with the free kick. Can't get it over the wall. But it's a corner because it came off the wall. And Fitzpatrick deals with that one easily at his near post. Watts with the throw for Salford. Here's Bratley. edge of the box, plays it to Batty. Batty gets it forward to Bratley, who just kept it in play. Bar wins that from Watts. Dubicas coming down on the left with the cross. Golding gets it away. Roberts with the shot, and Martin makes a good save. Corner kick to Birmingham this time. Douglas from the far side. And it's headed into Martin's hands easily for him to deal with. Batty with the free kick. Tries to curl it over the wall again, but it's on the roof of the net. Here's Dean. Dean to Bratley. What? Batty. Akasobo to Wash into the box, and it's a good tackle. Howarth puts it out of play for a Salford throw. And this is a corner kick for Birmingham now. Dubicas lines up to the far post where Martin leaps and grabs it easily again. Corner kick to Salford. Marsh headed away as far as Kinberg. Kinniberg even. Kinniberg makes it. That might be Kinniburgh, I suppose. It's Kinniberg, I've decided. Fitzpatrick there with a desperate sprawl, unable to save it. Well, we are going to need to turn things up a bit, it feels like. Here's Batty losing it to Howarth even. Lane. Roberts finds Dubicas on the left. Dubicas with the cross. And Martin tips it wide. Another corner kick. Dubicas. To the far post. It's punched away. Here's Marsh out on Salford's left. Marsh lining up for the corner kick. Bratley to Marsh. Dean with the looping attempt. Fitzpatrick got a touch on that one, so it's a corner kick again. Batty, it's headed back to Batty. Bratley on the edge of the box. I could not read that name at all. Play for set pieces, yes, we always do. I forgot to do the change again. Batty on the far side with the corner kick for Salford. Howarth gets that one away. Hoey out on the right, loses it to Batty. Dean to Kinniberg. Akasubo even. Gazer gets that away, but here's Marsh. Ortiz with an excellent tackle there, but Kinniberg steals it on the pass. Golding back to Sugbo. Watts, Batty, Dean, Akasobu. Subo even. I'm doing badly with vowels. Batty at the far side with the corner kick. Howie gets it away. Bratley. Kinniberg. Golding. Kinniberg again. Ortiz steals it from Marshall. Gazer all the way back to Fitzpatrick. Ortiz tries to flick that on, but Batty won it and did not make use of it. And there's the half-time whistle. The expected goals were actually slightly ahead. We just haven't been finishing our chances. I want a much better display in the second half. Defenders have the ability. Midfielders not happy. I think that's got people fired up and motivated and everything. Suggesting a substitution. Nice. Dubicas is looking tired. Andreas Fank, put him in. I'm going to put Abu Bar out on the left. I think he does better there. Max Gazer is playing poorly. So Martin McCarthy is coming in. And yes, I think that's our changes for now. Vendors. Yes, I've already done talks. So it's just time to start the second half. Akasubo rather. Marshall. Kinniberg. Carthy. Martin in the air, I think. Golding is Marsh with the throw for Salford. Kinniberg. Alba steals it from him. Bank heads that down. Roberts loses it to Marshall though. Akasubo. Dean. Watts. Rugbo. Dean again. Ratley out on the right. Howarth stealing it from him. Bank taps that on for Roberts. Roberts to Hoey. To Roberts. Roberts with a shot. And it's off target. Goal kick. Lane to Howarth. Ortiz to Barr. Douglas into the box. And straight at Martin. A weak attempt there. Disappointed with my guys. Hoof downfield. Dean. Bratley. Howarth and Barr trying to keep tabs on him. Batty with a shot. And that is 2-0. Fitzpatrick not doing well there. Okay, Bratley taps it to Batty, who runs to the edge of the box and shoots. And yeah, the defence wasn't great, it has to be said. Floated crosses, early crosses, let's do those. Another corner kick. Batty for Salford taking it. Akasubo gave the shot. Oh no, it's Kinniberg. Got the final touch, in fact. Batty comes away. Akasubo taps it to him, and then Kinniberg slots it through a forest of legs. That makes it 3-0, and it's all gone wrong for us in the second half. Always press Matt Batty, of course. Think offside. Watts with the throw. Bratley. Dean. Watts with the cross. Marsh with the shot, and it's just all going wrong for us. I don't know what else to say. Marsh chests it down and beats his man and everyone. Patrick with the goal kick. Headed down to Howarth. Howarth trying to get that on forward, but they're really into a crowd of opposition players. Roberts to Barr now. Barr to Hoey on the right, and it's come back to Hoey in the end. And Akasubo gets that one clear. Scott Howarth is getting tired. So Casio comes on. Douglas replaced by Kieran Collier. Mitchell Roberts has not got a good rating to this game, so we'll bring on Jimmy Cadger, and that is all of our substitutions used. On hips, out there and make an impact. She's disenchanted. Oh no. Cadger caught offside. Down. Got long to go. Petrov tidies that one up. Playing in defence. Now Barr. Bank into the middle. Cadger out to Hoey on the right. Who's in trouble. And Sakaja with the finish. Wow. I did not see that coming. Sakaja plays it to Hoey. Hoey's in trouble. 2 players on him. Somehow gets it through to Sikaja, who runs to the edge of the 6-yard box, and Martin left with no chance. Excellent work there. Oh no. Kieran Collier injured. No, we cannot do anything about that. Now. Okay. We are going to shuffle things around. There. And we will have to play on with 10 men for the last 10 minutes or so. I mean, victory was probably out of reach anyway. But yeah, that hurts. Okay, Petrov with the throw. Fenk to Sikaja. And Richard Martin forced to make a save and put it behind. Ortiz lines up for the corner kick. In it goes, and Martin grabs that in the middle of a crowd. So that's fine. Corner kick for us. Comes of it. Another corner is Ortiz to take it for Birmingham. We're into stoppage time now to the far post. Martin grabs it easily. So nothing comes of that move. Not wasting much time there. Alba wins the header, but it's ended up with Mitchell anyway. Mitchell taps it back to Rimmer, whose shot is over the target. Corner kick for Salford now. Batty lining up. Take it. Near post. Tapped away. What? Patton. Here's Fenk. Fenk on the counter-attack. He's got support now at last. Golding brings him down. Ortiz takes it. Takes the corner kick. Free kick, sorry. Headed away. Headed on. And all the headers end up with Martin grabbing the ball. And can't be a lot of stoppage time left. Probably a bit more than it looks like. We are now into the 8th minute. And there is the final whistle. So not a great game for us, it has to be said. But Sikaja and Hoey actually showing some gumption there. Great to see. Proud of your efforts, even if it wasn't to be today. Now, Lola Chapman got back from the match, wished they'd stayed at home, and Ahmed Abdullah Al-Blushi said that was rubbish, wasn't it? Well, it certainly wasn't great. But they'll survive. If the worst training is 7.1, I am not criticising that. I'm just not. Abu Bar's had lots of praise recently. Same Mitchell Roberts and Max Douglas, so we won't do that. Amis get the better of Birmingham, they did. Kieran Collier injured. Leave him to the physio. Ankle, ow. Luke Woodward wants to sign Abu Bar. Well, go away and not. Fine. Keeping him. Can't have him. Ipswich 4, Rotherham 2. High scoring match. Probably lots of excitement in that one. And player of the week is Mike Wright. Ipswich. Okay. Well, it's 9:45 now, so I'm probably just going to finish up. Yeah. What a couple of games that was. Plus, getting a look at our new youth candidates, that was good. Couple of good performances from the newbies in that one. That last match was a bit disappointing, it has to be said. But we are still top half of the table. We're still going quite well. I've got a lot of personal support, it sounds like, from both the fans and the players. So yeah, another good week in the bag. And I don't think there's a lot more I can say about that one. It was a week of football, manager. So without further ado, I'm just going to wish you all good night.